stop, forget it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Same us for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, forget it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host Don Vic. What's up? What's up? What's the vibes? It's been a while since I've been here live on the show. So it's good to be back, folks. And today we got a great guest coming on the show out of Florida. He is an author of 4 amazing books. We'll be bringing him on the show. We'll be talking to him in a minute and finding out exactly what drove him to write these books. Quick shout out to Nicole Butler Vegas, actor, producer out of Las Vegas. Big shout out to all my fans. Big shout out to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and everyone around the world that tunes in on the show and show me love. I appreciate you folks. So Jesus, it's been a while since I've been on here. Big shout out to all the everyone out in LA, Samira, Jimmy Starr. Big shout out to my family, my sister, my kids, my nephews. Big shout out to them. So without further ado, I want to bring up my guest, Joshua Flapan, if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to talk about his books. Find out exactly. He also has a degree. We'll talk about that as well. And so please welcome Joshua Flapan to the show, folks.
Hi,
Joshua.
nice to be on your show.
Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. So tell us a little bit about you, where you're from.
I'm from Boca Raton, Florida. I'm 42 years old, be 42 in September 21st. I am an author, and I like to do original research, and read books at the library as well.
Okay, that's awesome. I can't read a book even if one was thrown at me. You heard? Hi, Nicole. So we got my good friend Nicole Butler here on the panel. Hi, Nicole. Mwah. So Nicole is also, she's a producer and an actress. She's amazing. Thank you, Nicole, for tuning in. So you have a degree. Tell us a little bit of your degree. What's your degree about?
My degree is in general history. I graduated in 2008 with a bachelor's degree from Florida Atlantic University. Okay. And I enjoy history, but the dissertation is the full benefit to your degree.
Right. So why history? Why not math? Why not social studies or what? Why history?
I like studying the past to help better the future.
Okay. That's great. You wrote 4 books so far, correct?
Yes.
Tell me about your first book. What's the book about, and what drove you to write the book?
My book is about the education mania at the university, the new doctor. It's about the college students spend all their money going to college and they end up with no job, some, and underemployment, And I have alternatives to college, college to nothing, apprentices, child labor, get rid of the bus, precision education, and get rid of the master's, bachelor's, and dissertation.
Right. So that's a good point. So people go to college. Some people go to college and get degrees, right? Hoping that when they get out of school, they can get the job that they like or want, right? Or they went to school for. And but some graduate with degrees and don't get those jobs, and but then they got all this loan to pay back. What's what do you think about that? What's your opinion on that?
That's a misuse of college. The mission of the university is public service, international private industry, and preserving information. It has a small niche in society, and it does good for society. It helps cancer research, AIDS research, and helps people live longer lives.
Right, right. You know, I like history. I love history. I wish I could put more into history to find out more about our past. Um, I love documentaries. Do you like documentaries?
Yes, I watch the National Geographic Channel, History Channel,
Yeah.
CNN, MSNBC documentaries.
Awesome. Yes, I love
Investigation.
Yeah, I love investigations, um, documentaries. I love stuff about like I like history within like culture, you know, looking up culture, how far back, do we go, or what are who are related to us, things of that sort. Um, what drives you when you write, say, like history? What's that topic that you like to write about?
Well, in my book, Education Mania, I go back to the past, ancient Egypt at the universities, and in the medieval universities, Bologna, and I enjoy, like I said, studying the past to make a better future for society.
Okay, why do you think that's so important?
Because people forget about the past. They have a memory and very small memories.
Right. So you just kind of want to remind everybody, kind of like, hey, we live in the future, but this happened in the past, and we can't forget these things that happened in the past. So you kind of want to bring people up to date to the past as well.
Definitely, and history repeats itself. Like there were college grads not working throughout time. Thousands of years ago, it's kind of the same situation. They do lecture at the university like Bologna, and physicians go there, lawyers, and it was preachers, the
Right,
Bible,
right, right, right.
to study the
Do you
Bible.
touch those? Do you touch those subjects, the Bible subjects? Like, do you talk about it in any of your books?
Well, I talk about the history of the university, and part of
Right,
it was preachers. Harvard was founded to train preachers.
right, right. So, what's your other book about?
New Direction, that's about calling a constitutional convention. That's 2/3 of the states to call it ratified by 3/4 of the states and
Okay,
create a parliamentary democracy.
oh boy, you like politics?
Yeah, I enjoy politics. I watch CNN, MSNBC.
I hate politics. I hate politics. Okay, so let me ask, what do you think, in your opinion, what's going on today?
Well, I think America hasn't done its goals, and like the universities all over the place. It doesn't follow its charter. It hasn't declared war since 1941.
Right. Right. So you're up to date with what's going on with our country, right? So you like politics, um, you know, and you see what's going on with our government, our ICE, right? Which is probably another agency. And what's what's your opinion on what is going on right now with ICE um, arresting immigrants or people, right, with no documents, with no authority, and shipping them back, not even to their countries, wherever they're shipping them to? What's your opinion on that?
Well, I think that we should have no deportations in the charter, become the Americas like the European Union, no borders in the Constitution, no deportation. I think that you can do well with no. I think no documents shouldn't stop you in America. Like even if you don't get an education, you can
Right.
still do whatever you want to do. Abraham
Right.
Lincoln and George Washington really didn't have that much education.
Right. He didn't. No, he didn't. And he became president.
Yeah, and Mark Twain wrote a book, good book author with elementary school education. That's it.
Right. 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 I truly believe that we in a situation right now um where is very, very scary for the American people, with what's going on here in America right now with our president not keeping his word, you know, pushing problems to a maximum where people are feeling uncomfortable, right? Um, and I think that something needs to be done as far as the president stepping down from position and putting someone else there with some type of sense to figure out how to bring this country back to its place. Because right now everything is going crazy.
Well, in the American presidency, there's not been a conviction in the Senate in the history of the presidency. And in a parliamentary system, you can remove them through impeachment, through resignation, coalition falls apart, and the party replaces the candidate. So there's multiple ways to replace the candidate.
Right, right.
But in Israel hasn't replaced Benjamin Netanyahu though.
Yeah. Let's say Israel is the one with the power. Israel is the one to call the shots. How true that is, I don't know because I don't get into politics like that. But supposedly, Israel is the one that runs this country, is what they say. Um, and whatever's going on in their politics, it needs to change because the people are the ones that are suffering, right? So we got the presidency, we got ICE. On top of that, we having a lot of people disappearing, um, and no one has no idea where these people are going. So I think that something really needs to be done. Um, State officials, state judges, Congress needs to step up and hold their grounds.
Well, Congress has ceded power to the president. For in a prime minister system, you would have the president like kind of appoint the judges, and the prime minister would. There's more checks and balances in that system, but we need a new constitution to do that.
Right. Well, I think we might have to do that.
Yeah, there's no checks and balances. It's been the imperial presidency over the years, from Obama, Bush to John Lyndon Baines Johnson, Vietnam. Slowly but surely, Congress has lost its power.
Right.
Truman didn't declare war in the Korean War.
Right. Right. So
We want to avoid war.
what's your yeah, 100%. Oh, that's what we the people are trying to do is avoid the war. But it looks like the war is right here in our own grounds with us in the military in our own government. It's not even with China or Russia. It's like us against them right now.
Yeah, maybe in the Constitution, the military, the National Guard can't go into the cities like that,
Right.
or to pardon power of 1/6 insurrectionists was not good. He just pardoned people.
Right. I've heard that in order for the National Guard to come in, it has to be like a national um disaster or a threat for them to come in here. But that's not the issue. I guess they just here to back up ICE. I know they got Florida, Florida, Arizona, um, Atlanta, Georgia. All those areas are shut down with barriers at this point where people can't move. They're snatching everyone up in those areas there. Um, but there's also military there, so they got ICE and military there to back them up. But they also got helicopters flying around. Um, these cities, which are putting fear into the American people. Um, I really don't know what's going on with all that.
Yeah, it's immigration. It's overblown. Immigrants are a backbone of America. It's hyped up like colleges.
Right, right, right. So, what what's your goal? What's your goal with you wrote 4 books? What's your actual goal?
To get my books out there more and get marketing and other. The book business is not easy, just like the entertainment industry is not easy at all.
Right. It's not. It's not. So, nothing is easy at this point in our lives. Everything you got to work for it hard, right? You got to put in the work, right? Um
Definitely, definitely.
so when you went to college, was becoming an author something from the beginning of your school, or was it midway through school that you said, hey, I want to be an author, I want to write about these subjects?
It wasn't until the end of my college career I had the mentorship and apprenticeship of Dr. Mark Jackson, a
Okay.
professor at Lynn University. He helped guide me.
Okay. And so what was the name of your first book?
The first book was Education Mania, but my title at the beginning was I don't know the meaning of college.
Okay.
I changed it.
Okay. Okay. And your second book?
New Direction, and then is Modern Prohibition a repeat of the 20s, and then Innocent and Executed.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted, the execution one. Tell me about that.
Well, the execution, there's been innocent people being put to death in Texas. Cameron Todd Willingham of Texas, they say he set the fire that caused the death of his 3 children, but
Right.
forensic evidence has now found out that he didn't do it. He
Right.
was put to death in 2004 in Texas. Texas has executed almost 600 inmates in the past 40 years.
Wow. And how many inmates do you think were innocent and just off the head?
I'm not. I think that there's probably about who are executed in America, probably about uh, a low percentage. But in my book, I talk about Jesse Trufaro, may be innocent, Cameron Todd Willingham, Troy Davis, Marcellus Williams,
Okay.
and
So
Robin
so
Cantu.
so basically you see there's something wrong with this some of the system where they're not fully making investigations to figure out if these people are actually guilty or not.
Yeah, I think the criminal justice system is broken. You have junk science, polygraph tests, and hypnosis. Is still one person is on death row in Texas still who got convicted based on hypnosis.
Wow. Do you think that's fair?
Texas is Greg Abbott, Rick Perry, and George Bush has put to death a lot of people in the past 30 years.
Wow. Um, I know recently I seen one African American that got released after 30 something years. They found out he was innocent, and they let him go. He was up for the electric chair as well, and they found out he was innocent and let him go. A judge, but my thing is this: why wait 30 damn years to figure out that one person is innocent?
Yeah, the criminal justice system is broken. Sometimes witness identification and bad lawyering, prosecutorial misconduct, life in prison, life as a convict, where you are told what to do every day and
Yeah.
wear the same clothes the rest of your life.
Yeah, I trust me, I know. Right? So,
California doesn't. Gavin Newsom has a moratorium on the death penalty in California.
yeah, in California.
Yeah, but Joe Biden commuted the sentence in Terre Haute of I think 44 or 47 inmates on death row to life without parole.
Wow. And so why you feel is important for you to write about that?
To show the country that death penalty is a medieval form of torture. They sit in cell in Livingston in Texas for 20 years sometimes by themselves when they could be in the general population, and they have a rough life.
Right. Right. So you're saying that it's basically not fair to take a life for a life.
I think that life imprisonment is the best punishment. Most of the countries around the world have not had the death penalty.
Yeah. I think Texas is one that has
Texas,
it.
Texas executes like wildfire. Used to.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't agree with that as well. I think that a life sentence is enough of punishment for a person, even if it takes someone else's life. Um, that's like the biggest punishment, for you to sit somewhere for the rest of your life, knowing that you will never see the sun, the day of light, and versus putting them on the chair and say, well, I'm not going to be here long. I'm gonna be dead too. I'm gonna be in heaven. I'm gonna go wherever. So that's kind of cheating their bid, for taking a life.
We should have a treaty abolishing the death penalty around the world. Iran, Saudi Arabia, Belarus executes people. Russia doesn't have a death penalty. Even Venezuela doesn't have a death penalty.
Right, right. Yeah, I agree. Um, but they do Salvador, I believe, just had a prison made for lifers. I mean, you go to this prison uh and you never come home. They got the MS-18, the MS-13s in these prisons. It's a brand new prison that was built in Salvador. And I believe that Trump was trying to send Americans into that prison.
That's not good. That's not good. I think we should get rid of detention centers around the world, and prisons should be small for murderers and fraud and
I think rapists,
yeah.
uh, murderers, fraud, blue collar crime, even the blue collar crimes, they don't get much time. They right back on the streets, and they stealing billions and billions of dollars, with fraud.
Trump was convicted of 34 felonies back in 2022, 24.
Yeah. And where he's at the White
The White
House.
House. Most of the time, ex convicts and college grads struggle sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I'm saying if you have a president that committed so many crimes, 34 counts, and became president, then they shouldn't hold accountable those that come out of prison and try to get a good job because they've been in prison. When you got our own president with 34 felonies and didn't went to prison, came out, and now sitting in the presidency. So what does that tell us, the people?
I think that we should ban the box, and for the application for college grads, they shouldn't discuss college as well. Employers don't want college grads. And another note, they have no skills. They want more money.
Yeah,
They should train them as apprentices.
right. Something, you know. Uh, so, what did you love more about that college that you went through? What did you find very interesting about that college that you
Well,
went to?
I learned how to write books. I met and networked with interesting people there, and I found it to be a nice environment. But unfortunately, you can't be a professor qualified for a professorship. You need the doctorate.
Right. Um, are you planning on maybe making a movie out of your one of your books, or a short film out of the books you wrote? Is that something that you would like to do in the future?
Maybe, hopefully, but that get some sales for my books first.
Okay. Okay. All right. So where are your books at? Where are they located? The
They
books.
are on Amazon. Amazon.
Amazon. Okay. Amazon. Is there like a link to that? Is there a name they can go look under what? What should they look
Joshua
for?
Flapan. Joshua Flapan.
Joshua Flappins on Amazon. Okay. That's great. So what do your friends say about it? About you being an author, or what does your family members, what do they feel? That you became
They,
this writer.
well, they feel that it's very good, but it's very competitive in the space. There's millions of authors around the world, and there are millions in the television trying to make it. It's not easy to break through.
Right. Right. It's kind of you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Y-
You
y-
know.
Yeah, you need an agent. I had an agent, but he couldn't find me a publisher.
Okay. All
They,
right.
they went out of business. They went out of business
Oh,
now.
cool. Right. So, are you married? Are you married?
I'm single. I'm single.
Okay. That's the best. Single is the best. Right. So, it's great. You have four books. You went to college, you got a degree, you're into history, which is a great topic. History it's amazing. It's always good to go back and read about our past. Um, so if you write your fifth book, what would your fifth book be about?
Myself, maybe an autobiography.
Oh, really? That'll
But
be
there's no
great.
money in autobiographies just for celebrity authors out there.
Right, right. So what was it like for you as a kid?
Well, I had a good childhood. I lived in the same house right here most of my time. And then I was born in Kendall, Miami.
Kendall,
Miami.
Miami.
No, in the Miami
Okay,
area.
you Miami guy. Okay. That's
Florida.
good. That's great. Florida, yeah, Miami. Okay. I stayed in Tampa for a couple months. I moved out to Tampa. Was out there for a little while. I couldn't get used to it. It's too hot for me. I'm from the north. Um, but Tampa was pretty nice. I like Tampa. Orlando was pretty nice. Miami's pretty nice. But I just couldn't get used to it. I just couldn't get used to it.
Yeah. The weather is very
Yeah.
hot and there's a lot of hurricanes coming.
Right. Hurricanes. If you had an opportunity, right? If you had an opportunity to change anything in this country, what would be the first thing you would change?
I would change the Constitution because the Constitution is not working. And call a constitutional convention. You don't need an election to do that.
Okay.
Just need
All
the
right.
governors of 32 states, 34 states, I meant, to do the bidding.
Okay. So that's what you would change. Okay. Um,
The
interesting.
state
Very interesting.
you don't need, like I said, any election to do it. It's the Constitution is not working at this time.
It's not doing anything for nobody. Only the rich people.
It used to work. It used to work back in the
Right.
day,
It used to.
1700s.
Right. You said it. It used to. Oh boy. For all my YouTube channel watchers, if you want to log in and leave a comment, you can go to the Facebook page, Victor Santiago, log in through there. You can leave a comment if you got a comment or question. You're free to do so. Um, so, what do you think about? Let's switch it up a little bit. What do you think about the paranormal world?
Well, I think that the Yetis and the UFOs, they've been investigating UFOs since 1940s with Dr. Hynek. I don't think
Right.
it's true.
No, you don't believe in You don't believe in aliens or ghosts or UFOs or anything of that sort.
Well, I think that there could be life out there in the universe, but they haven't found any. They've been investigating for the past 80 years.
Right. But what if they have found something but don't want us to know?
Then they should release the files.
That's what I'm saying. So they have files that they don't want to release to the public. But a lot of things are showing up. You know, God is putting light to certain things that they've been hiding for people to figure out on their own. So say like the Yeti, right? The Sasquatch. Do you believe there's a Bigfoot?
No, I don't believe in that. Do you?
Yes, I kind of do. I kind of do. I haven't seen it myself, but I've seen some of my friends on the paranormal that have footprints. There's been sightings of them. There's been recordings of people catching them in the woods. The howling, the sound of an animal that's never been heard before. Certain smells. So there's things out there. And supposedly the government had caught one a couple of years ago. Um, but I want to go do an investigation to see if I see anything of that sort. Just for my belief, you know. But I get it. Some people don't believe in it. Some do. I do. I know there's something out there. I haven't seen it. I just seen what people post up. Certain things that I see. Like my friend, he had a footprint. It was like a 12-inch footprint and about five inches wide. Um, of footprints that they sent to him. So there is something out there. You know, I just don't know what it is
They
because I
should
haven't
release.
seen it.
The government should release the files of Epstein and to see whether Biden had dementia as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a very touchy subject. You know, I want to know who's on the list. Who's
Yeah,
on the Epstein list? Who's on the Epstein's list?
that is in the files. I'm
Well,
going to read the book about the. It's written by a journalist in Miami Herald. The next book.
hmm, okay. That's. So, are you going to read it?
Yeah, I will read it. It's one next to my list. I have it in my home from the Palm Beach County Library.
Oh man, so you're gonna tell me who's on that list?
They
You're
don't
gonna give me some
know.
names. Oh boy. That's so cool. So you know, are you are you planning on doing anything else besides writing the book?
Yeah, hopefully I can get a full-time job, but I can't be. I don't qualify as professors. I would love to get to speak about my books and get my message out there.
Okay. Okay, so you got all 4 books on Amazon.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So if you can give anyone that's watching, right? That's watching, if you can give them an inspirational message, right? An inspirational message, what would that be if they want to be an author or the writer? What inspirational message can you give them?
Well, I would say continue writing, even though there is millions of books out there, and I think that you should get a full-time job while writing
Right,
because making a living on books, just pure books, is only done by very few authors.
right, right. And
Even
just like
even entertainment industry, which you're in, it's not easy.
No, being being in the industry that I'm in, it's not easy. But being in your industry, it's not easy as well. Being a writer, an author, it's not easy as well. You know, uh, the industry that I'm in, of course, is acting. Um, has to do with you guys too, authors, writers. Because that's how we get the stories out there. It's by writers. And creators like myself. So, we put these things together to create a great story, and then we bring it to life through camera, right? Um, you are a writer, you're an author, you got 4 books, you have a degree, you graduated. Um, you said you would like to have a documentary, or even a film, but of course, we need funds, right? Funds is very, very needed to make things happen. Um, if you get, say, you get the money, right, to create a film, which will be your first film?
That about the history of college, and then how doctor became the university, and what alternatives the public could do besides just getting a degree or a master's or PhD.
Right. So you would write a film around that, how to what to do after you graduate from college or after you get a degree. Um, what steps to take? Is that where we're going with it, or what to look out for in a film?
Alternatives to college to nothing, apprentices,
Okay.
the history of college, the subject areas that became the doctor, which is mostly all subject areas,
Okay.
including mathematics, engineering. The full benefits of college go to the dissertation, a 5 chapter essay, research study.
Okay. So
That,
in a
that
film, would you play a researcher? Would that be one of your roles?
uh, to be a
If you if
researcher,
Yeah,
maybe.
if you was to play a role in a film, um, would that be a role that you'd be interested in, to be a researcher, since you like to research?
Yeah, I enjoy researching and reading and writing, and that would be an interesting film topic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like Doctor Who. I can see you playing that role. I can see you playing a role of a researcher, maybe even a scientist. Uh, you know,
Scientists, you need a PhD in real life,
yeah,
usually.
yeah. So
Unless you're famous, you can't be a professor without a PhD.
really, oh boy, yeah. This is great. So your parents, what do your parents think about you being a writer, an author and of 4 books? What are they saying?
And they're proud of me. It's a hard accomplishment to write 1 book.
Very true. Very true. Are they also in Florida?
Yeah, they live in Boca.
Okay. All right. Is So you an author? Is anyone in your circle also writers in your families? Your mother a writer? Your father a writer? Is he, like, where did you pick that up? Like, what made you become the writer?
I like to research. My cousin Meryl Frank is a writer. She was ambassador for Barack Obama in 2010, I think. She wrote a book.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you have family
Friends
members.
who are authors.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
But
So,
you can't make a living on authors unless you're famous people,
right,
usually.
right, right. Famous like Sean Ellis, Ramona, Susan, Donnie Hall, IG, and stuff like that. T-Bone. Those are my favorite people. They're famous. Um,
Yeah.
so, what else would you like to do besides being an author? Is there anything else that you would like to do? Another goal, or what else would you like to accomplish?
Yeah, I would like to run for political office maybe one day and get my
Really,
views out there.
political, huh? Political office.
Politics with my book New Direction.
Yeah, I see you love politics. That's great.
Yeah, I enjoy politics.
Cool. So, again, can you tell my viewers where to find your book and the name of the book so
You
they
can
can look
find it
you
on
up?
Amazon.
Okay, find it at Amazon, folks, under Joshua Flappans. You can check out the books he have. Um, you can purchase them if you like, and check out what Joshua has written and what he's all about. We're definitely going to bring Joshua back here in the future after he writes his fifth book to find out exactly what topic you're going to be writing around. I'm excited to find out what you're going to write about next. Um, so we can bring you back here on the show and talk to you about their new book. Um, is there any date on when you're going to start writing your fifth book?
No, I'm thinking on it. I'm thinking on it.
Oh, okay, so you're still thinking. And what would that book be about?
My autobiography, a story of me, the struggle
Okay,
to write books in the business.
okay, okay. That'll be interesting to read and find out why. So I want to thank you for coming on the show. You've been great. I wish you luck on your books. You always welcome here on the show. You want to come back and talk about your next book, you can. Um, and and I thank you very much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you for having me. I would love to come back on your show.
Awesome. So you have a great night. I'll talk to you soon, and good luck with your books.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, folks, that was Joshua Flatten. Check him out on Amazon. Check out his books on Amazon. Show my brother support. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is my first time back in a long time. I feel a little rusty, but the show must go on. I will be booking some more actors coming on the show, so stay tuned. And remember to shake and sharing is caring. And I will see you guys on my next show. I'm gonna leave y'all with peace, love, respect. You know the vibe, swag in the building. I'm out of here.